Hello, my fellow property managers, and Happy New Year. If you're watching this video when it comes out, we just had Christmas, New Year's in a couple days. How was your 2022? Was it successful? Did you get everything you wanted out of your business this last year? Hopefully you did that. Here's what I want to pose to you today. I'm going to give you 3 questions to help you determine what your goals should be in 2023. Everybody talks about goals and you should have them, and if you're like me, you feel guilty because you get to the end of the year and you just didn't come up with any goals for next year, at least none that sound impressive when you're talking to your buddy, and so you just kind of make stuff up and you hit January and goals, what do we do with goals? I think we need to center in a little bit and narrow in, and let me ask you some questions to help you get some clarity about what your goals should be for 2023. So 3 questions. Ready? Here we go. Question number 1. If you could change only one thing about your business, what would it be? If you could change one thing, only one about your business, what would it be? Now maybe you look at that and think, well, you know what I'd change? I'd fire our accountant. That's what I'd change. I'd get rid of that person. Okay, well, maybe that should be a goal for 2023. If you think, you know what, I'd start making some money. Like, I'm barely able to pay the bills, haven't paid myself in three years. I need to start making some money. Okay, let's focus on income streams in 2023. Maybe you think, I would work less. I'm working 80 hours a week. I'm burned out. That's the one thing I would change about my business. I would build whatever it is. Now, if nothing comes to mind, that's okay. Don't make something up. But if something comes to mind, that needs to be one of the goals for you this next year. So write that down. One thing you would change in your business if you only could change one. Question number 2. What do you need to stop doing in 2023? Now I don't mean like, oh, well, I should probably stop drinking 2 bottles of wine and smoking a pack of cigarettes before bed. No, I don't mean bad things. I mean, what things is the business doing that maybe you started trying a couple months or years ago, and it's going okay, but it never quite caught on the way you wanted it to. Maybe a couple years ago you said, you know what, we're going to do sales. We're going to do sales. We've only done property management. We're going to add sales. And you added sales. In the last 3 years, you've sold 2 properties. Maybe you should stop doing sales. Why? Because the resources that you are devoting to sales makes it not worth it. Maybe that's something you should stop. Maybe you say, you know what, we've been doing lease only. We do full service management, but if a client wants us to do a lease only, we do that. It's never quite worked out the way we thought it would. We don't do it a whole lot, and when it does, it's really sticky. Maybe you should stop. I'm talking about good things that aren't the best things, because we get distracted by those little shiny objects that are out there that are good, but they keep us from focusing on the really, really important stuff. Maybe you need to cancel some software. Maybe you need to cancel that subscription to whatever software you signed up for 9 months ago that you haven't even touched yet. Just cancel it. You can always re-enroll later. But for every new thing you add, you better stop doing at least one thing, probably 2, because otherwise we feel overloaded. This question is just as important as the goals, things that you should stop doing in 2023, that your business should stop doing. And again, this is a hard question because you're gonna be like, oh, but that's a good thing. It could work, but it hasn't worked so far. So maybe it's time to cut that, let the thing go so you can focus on the new stuff and go back to question number 1 for 2023. Now, before I propose to you question number 3, I wanna thank the sponsor for this month's video, Findigs. Applicant screening, my friends, has never been more important. Why? Because it's never been harder to get a bad tenant out of a property. It's tough to get people out, isn't it? So how do we reduce the risk of bringing a bad person on? Well, one way to do that is through using a great applicant screening service like Findigs. They go in and they do the backdoor research, not just to pull a credit report, but like they look at the tenant's their bank statement. They get the access on that to look at their actual income. Are they making what they say they're going to make? Are they paying the rent that they say they're going to pay? They do the ID verification with the phone. It's cool stuff. Jump on their website, tell them Mark sent you, have them give you a demo, and determine if they can improve your applicant screening. I think you will be glad you did. And if it can even save you 1 eviction next year, then it was well worth the switch, wasn't it? Okay, question number 3. What has to happen in 2023 in order for you to consider it a successful year? Okay? If you could get in a time machine right now and go forward to December of 2023, and you and I are having a conversation, and I say to you, hey, was this a successful year? What things have to happen between now and then in order for you in that time to say, yes, this was a very successful year? What has to happen? And it has to be specific. Don't just say more doors. Well, more doors doesn't make your company more successful. More income may make your company more successful, and maybe you get the more income by the more doors, but growth for the sake of growth isn't anything but the mentality of a cancer cell, I heard someone say one time. There must be a reason for the growth. So what specifically has to happen in 2023 in order for you at the end of the year to consider it a successful year? This is a great one to write down and refer back to, so when you get distracted by all the stuff going on, and the water heater that goes out, and the new law that got passed, you can remember, whoa, it's April, and I need to remember and remind myself the things that have to happen this year in order for me to consider it a successful year. And maybe it's something completely different, like I want to work less. I only want to be in the office 40 hours a week. Okay, well, what has to happen in order to make that happen in 2023? Maybe you need to grow less. Maybe you need to fire some owner clients. Maybe you need to up your fees a little bit. Maybe you need to document your processes a little bit. Maybe you need to replace an employee a little bit. Don't just get so narrow focused on it's just more doors, just growth. The growth's going to happen. I believe it will this next year, but that doesn't necessarily make your business or you more successful. If there's a way we can help, we'd be honored to do that. We've got a lot of these resources for you. Go jump on our website, pmbuild.com. How can we help? You want to make more money next year? Check out our income streams. You need to document your processes? Check out our system manuals. You need to improve your marketing? Look at our marketing training on that. We've got those things laid out. You need some coaching? Get on our list for our video coaching group. We'll take you through 12 months of training. Our video coaching group is awesome. One-on-one coaching, get on the list for that. Success comes by you doing certain things and not doing certain things. So as you look at 2023, ask yourselves those 3 questions. My friends, I wish you a happy new year, a successful 2023, and I will see you again in 2023.